So as you can see, this is the X3 and it's just a simple blood pressure monitor that takes 4 batteries. It allows 2 people to use the same blood pressure monitor. As you see here, you have person 1 and then person 2. Also, this button here enables you to set the date and the time so that whenever you take your blood pressure reading, you can know the date and the time that the blood pressure reading was taken. So this device can store your blood pressure reading and it can store up to 60 readings irrespective of whether 1 person or 2 people use it. After the 60th reading, it begins to delete the oldest reading, so you should bear that in mind. So every time you use this device, you can either download an app from the App Store, be it Android or iOS, that would enable you to record your blood pressure reading, or you can have a diary or a simple log or a simple notebook where you can log your blood pressure readings just in case you might need to present those readings to your doctor. So when you set the date and the timer, this button here with 2 arrows, you can use it to actually navigate from year to month to day to hour to minute to make the necessary adjustments for setting up the timer. You can also use this button here to navigate through the various readings. So if you press this button here, which is like a journal symbol, it brings up the most recent reading, and then you can use the arrow button to navigate through the various readings that have been recorded on the blood pressure monitor. There's also another blood pressure monitor that is the next step up from this one. It's called the X4, and the difference between this one and the X4 is that the X4 has Bluetooth connectivity, which means that you can directly upload the data to the OMRON app, which you can download from the App Store, and you can store the data for as long as possible. But at some later date, I would review the X4 to you. But this X3 is just simply the basic one. I think also it has a single cuff. So if you remember when I reviewed the OMRON Connect, that one had 2 cuffs. This one has just 1 cuff, but it about covers the entire arm width that both cuffs in the OMRON blood pressure monitor has. So this one is a harder cuff, and one thing I can say about it is that if you've got a fragile arm, you might find it slightly painful when it's inflating because it's quite rigid, unlike the OMRON, which is softer. So that might be something that you want to consider when you're buying a blood pressure monitor. But I would recommend this one. There is nothing to say that you won't get the best use out of it for many years to come. It's a solid piece of equipment. So if you decide that you don't want to use batteries, you can actually order accessories. So here it has a DC power input, which you can buy as a additional accessory, which means that you can connect it to a power source, and that means that you don't have to use the batteries that I showed you earlier on. All OMRON devices are clinically validated. It also monitors irregular heartbeat detection, so it can detect irregular heartbeats. If your budget is within the £40 to £50 range, it's such a great device, and I would thoroughly recommend it. So if you wanted to know more about blood pressure monitors and smartwatches that measure blood pressure, click on any of the videos that are coming up. If you found this useful, smash the like button, subscribe, and that helps the YouTube algorithm to reach other people who need information about product reviews like this. Thank you. Speak to you later.